Hey guys, it's Tom back with another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be talking about my up and coming travel plans that I've got on the agenda in the next few months. We're talking Central America, Canada road trips. We've got a lot in the pipeline, so stick around for this YouTube channel. I'll be taking my 360 cam that I used in Thailand, and I'm going to be filming a lot when I am in these countries. You know, it's going to be a big old adventure, and the person I'm going with, Hing, who I did America with, he's got a drone as well, so hopefully we'll have drone footage, we'll have Instacam footage, we'll have underwater footage. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. The hikes are gonna be great. The road trips that we're gonna be doing, it's gonna be amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So stay tuned for this channel, and please click that like button and that subscribe button if you haven't already. My last two videos have both been Australia based and have both done absolutely amazing, so thank you guys for that. I will start uploading again on the channel a bit more frequently now. I've got some travel plans on the agenda and booked in the diary. I've got the time off work, etc. So we're going to be uploading a lot of videos, so please click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we are going to get into this video. I'm not sure how long this will be, just as long as I can waffle a load of crap basically. But we are going to be doing a trip end of April, so probably about the 20th, 21st of April. You can see I've got the sky scanner up, so we're going to be having a look at the flights because they're spenny, they're long, and me and Hing are trying to work out the best options at the moment. But let me switch to the old small camera and we will get into it. So first off, we're going to be going to Guatemala. I can only get 2 weeks off work at a time. 2.5 if you include the Saturday, Sundays that I don't work. So about 2.5 weeks. So I'm going to be planning to do Guatemala, Belize and Mexico. You can see I've got a few of the tabs up here, and I'm just going to be talking about each of them, and I've also got Skyscanner links and a few of my other trips over here as well. So firstly, we're going to be flying to Guatemala. I will show you the flights on Skyscanner, and you can see the predicament that we're both in about, is it worth doing a longer layover but it's going to be cheaper, or a few layovers, or anyway. But anyway, we're going to be starting in Guatemala, Central America. I definitely need to brush up on my Spanish skills. I was on day 220 in a row in Duolingo, so I was smashing it. And this is while I was in Australia, and then sort of gave up. So I need to probably perfect the language, or attempt to perfect the language again, and just pick up where I left off. I know so many Spanish words, like so many. It's put into the sentence that it just fucks up basically. So we will be back on Duolingo learning some Spanish, and we'll see how good I can get. But we are going to be starting in Guatemala in Central America, probably flying into Guatemala City. As I say, I'll show you the Skyscanner flights, or the rough route that we're going to be sort of thinking about. So you can see it's quite a big, when it loads, quite a big map. When it loads, you know, why would it? There we go. So we're going to be flying into Guatemala City, which we'll pretend is definitely here, even though I thought it would say on this map, but it doesn't. There we go, this one, Antigua, Guatemala, and then we'll go to Belize and then Mexico. As I said, I've only got 2 weeks, so it's going to be quite a rush trip, but apparently we can get it done. So I'm just going to go, yeah, alright, let's get on Skyscanner, let's get booking these flights, because I've already got the time off work, because I should have been going to the Philippines, and now that's changed. So I've already got 2.5 weeks off work, so now we've just swapped Philippines for Central America. So we are going to be getting this booked in the next few days. But Guatemala, as you can see from here, looks absolutely beautiful. My favourite thing to do while travelling is meeting new people and going on the hikes. Like, just natural beauty, just looks stunning. So I'm like, yes, a bit of Central America looks absolutely amazing. Obviously, there's this is the main like touristy thing. There's a load of TikToks and Instagram reels and YouTube videos on it, where you do this 2-day hike to this volcano and you watch it erupt, and it looks amazing. I'm hoping it's not one of those Instagram versus reality when it just looks shit in real life, but Instagram make it look amazing, you know, one of those. So hopefully it won't be. It's a 2-day hike, so I will definitely be vlogging that with the Instacam and with my phone as well. So we're going to have some sick footage of that, and as I say, we've got a drone as well, so hopefully we'll have the drone flying up and it's going to be amazing. But this is like one of the main sites to see in Guatemala. You can watch this volcano erupt. As I say, it's a 2-day hike up there, and it looks like what most people go for. It looks stunning. Obviously you've got these ancient ruins as well, which looks really cool to do. I thought it would say what that one's called, but it doesn't, and my knowledge should be better than this, I know. But there, you know, like I've done like Spain, Portugal, France. You want to go, yeah, I've been to Guatemala and Belize, you know, it's like sick countries not everyone's been to, and it's such a different way of life. It's like if any of you guys have been to Thailand or Vietnam, it's such a culture shock of, oh my god, like, it's such a different way of life, and I love experiencing that kind of thing. And I love the Spanish food, so I'm sorted. I'm absolutely sorted. So Guatemala is going to be where we're going to be flying into. As you can see here, it looks bloody beautiful, and it doesn't say that it's not safe. So I'm assuming, you know, as long as you keep your wits about you. I always say when you're travelling, the bad things that happen to you, like your phone getting robbed, you're losing stuff, is either when you're drunk or at night, you know? So as long as you're not like white girl wasted and you're not like walking around with your phone like this, like, you should be okay. I'm a tall guy, I'm 6'3", so I'd hope I'd look intimidating. I bloody don't, you know? If one of these people have a knife or a gun in their pocket, I'd shit myself. But, you know, as I said, yeah, the bad things happen is when you're drunk or you just don't have your wits about you. So I've been travelling for 2.5 years, most of the time solo. So I think by now I do actually know what I'm doing, or pretend to know what I'm doing. So as I say, hopefully nothing bad happens. Yep, touch wood, I've definitely jinxed it right there. But anyway, yeah, as I said, we're going to start in Guatemala. And I'll show you my Skyscanner, and I will show you the flight situation I've got on Skyscanner at the moment. So I'm looking from London Gatwick. I'm in Leicester. I'll obviously have to get to Gatwick a few hours before, and then Guatemala City, which is the most popular place to fly into. So you can see they're long old flights, you know, because like this one is the one I'm looking at the moment. £363, fairly cheap for a long haul flight from Gatwick to Guatemala. But you do have one stop. Thank you, Skyscanner, for never taking. It's 15 hours in Orlando, so it's a long old trek. But it's a good price. So you've either got that option where one stop, but you're going to be bored out of your mind sat in the airport the whole time, or you've got lots of little stops, but it's only 1 hour, 2 hours, and they're all like self-transfer, which is where you need to basically leave the airport and then check back in. So you need to pick up your bags and then check back in. And when you've only got an hour in between, bear in mind, name a flight nowadays that's on time. I could fly to France and it'd be 2 hours late. So it's a risky devil. So we do have this one, but we are sat in the airport for 14 hours basically. Or you've got, you know, slightly more expensive, but it is only 17 hours. And this is what I'm talking about. Where look, 2 hours 12 and 1 hour 28. I'm sorry, even if I've just got cabin like no check-in bag, 1 hour 28 is pushing it beyond belief. You know, you sit on the runway for 20 minutes at a time sometimes when you're late anyway. So I feel like that is just a bit too risky. So I feel like at the moment we will go for something sort of along this North Atlantic and Spirit Airways, and we need to check which ones. Some of them include cabin like bags, you know, the little suitcase you have with you. Some of them include that and some of them don't. So you just need to see if you can save some money and get to airlines which will include it. Because I had a look at this one earlier, and to add your luggage, not even like checked luggage, it's 23 kg, like just a little one you put under the chair, it's like an extra £40 per flight. So then suddenly it becomes over 400 quid. So it gets a bit expensive. But anyway, so these are the sort of times we're looking at. Again, this one's nice and cheap, but it's 28 hours, 2 stops. So obviously we're not going to get one direct, so most of them are to North America and then down to Central America. I'm looking on Sunday the 20th of April. It might be the 19th, it might be the 21st. I've got from the 18th to the 6th of May off, so that's 2.5 weeks because of the bank holidays. But obviously I need to be back in the UK a few days before anyway. So those are the sort of flight times we're looking at and the predicament that we're in. Do we have a short layover and risk missing it basically, or the world's longest? We were looking at 14 hours, 15 hours. There's one that's 23 hours in Miami, but the price is right. For 306 quid, it's not too bad. Obviously, we're not going to get a return flight because I don't know if we're going to be flying back from Belize or Mexico. I assume it'd be Cancun and Mexico, but I'm not too sure. So you normally actually do save money. If you book one-way flight, you actually do save money. I found out when I went to Tirana in Albania, it was like 14 there, 22 on the way back, but it was like the return flight was like 60 quid, so you actually save some money if you do it just one step at a time. So as I say, we'll start in Guatemala. We've got about 2 weeks, so we're definitely doing that 2-day hike, and then we will head over to Belize via one of those rickety buses probably, or a flight. I don't know much about Belize. I'm just going off these Google images. You know, as I said, we've not even booked the flights yet, so I will know obviously a bit more in the next few days when I do get them booked. But Belize looks absolutely beautiful. Like, look at the colour of this ocean. It reminds me of Whitsundays in Australia. Like, sorry, what? Compare that to we've got Skeggy. Yeah, we've got Blackpool Beach, which is just dog shit brown, and then they've got that. It looks absolutely stunning. The colour of my bloody t-shirt, absolutely amazing. So Belize would definitely be a good place to go, and they actually do speak English because it was a British colony, so their main language is English and Spanish. So as I said, I'll have to brush up a bit of my Spanish, but I'm sure we will get by, and it looks amazing. I mean, you can go snorkeling. If I can see a turtle, I saw one in Australia, and if I can see some more, especially with my little Instacam, have that underwater, it will be absolutely phenomenal. So that would be a vibe. We won't be in Belize for too long, maybe just under a week, probably 5 or 6 days, just on the way up to Mexico. You know, we could obviously cut straight up to Mexico, but we want to go round to get into Cancun a little easier, and it's another country ticked off. So obviously we've got Belize here, with Guatemala would start where the T and the E basically, and then go to Belize, and then Cancun's around this part. So maybe do a few places in Belize. I don't really know much about it, but it just sounds a cool place to go, and it looks bloody stunning. So I don't mind doing that in April. You know, when it's starting to get good weather here in Central America, it's like 30 degrees. So all I'll be packing is shorts and a t-shirt anyway. So it'll be absolutely beautiful. And then here we go. Is Belize safe? Belize has one of the highest per capita murder rates in the world. Woo! So you know earlier when I was on about don't film like this, you'll get robbed. Yes, so just be safe, but I'm sure we'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, we're going to be starting going around here, and then we will be finishing in Mexico. Probably, as I say, fly back from either Mexico City or Cancun. Probably will be Cancun. I've heard that's one of the safer parts in Mexico. And again, that colour of the ocean looks amazing. Looks absolutely beautiful, and lots of swimming opportunities and a bit of partying going on there. So we're going to be in Mexico for probably again 4, 5, 6 days, something like that. Obviously it depends on what flights we can find on the way back. I've not even started looking yet, but all I know is it's going to be Guatemala, Belize and Mexico for 2.5 weeks, and it's going to be absolutely amazing from like 20th, 21st of April, something like that, for 2 weeks. So it's going to be great. I say I've got drone footage, my Instagram footage, filming it on the phone. So we're going to be uploading some really cool YouTube videos, hopefully so, and hopefully we get this beautiful weather. Like, look at this, it looks like paradise. And if I can get this flight for 360 quid, obviously that's one way, so we'll double it, say 720, and then obviously getting up to Gatwick, say 750 just for the flights, and then you're spending money. It's going to be a really, really cool trip. So that is going to be one of the big trips. So that's going to be 2.5 weeks from towards the end of April for my birthday. My birthday's the 27th of April, so if I can have my birthday abroad again, that would be amazing. Last year it was on a yacht in Whitsundays. The year before it was in Italy. The year before it was in North America. I was in New Mexico, and then my 21st birthday was in Barcelona. So we've had Barcelona, New Mexico in America, Lake Garda in Italy, Whitsundays on a yacht in Australia, and now Guatemala or Belize. It's like fair play, you know. It's quite a cool life that I do live on my birthdays. And then obviously I'll have to go back to work for a bit, and then the next big trip is Canada. So I think we're going to be doing a Canada road trip. I need to get the time off work, but I've got enough holiday to use. So this will probably be about July time, which is their summer. So flights will be a bit more expensive, but again, like Central America, it'll be like 30 degrees. It'll be nice and warm. And again, Canada looks amazing. I've been 4 times actually. I've got family in Vancouver Island, just along this bit here. So I've been to Canada when I was younger quite a few times, and then I was there just under 3 years ago, but it's before I sort of got into like travelling, so I didn't really venture off on my own. Whereas it'll be me and Hing again. So Hing, who we do Central America with, we'll also do Canada as well, and we'll hire a car, do a road trip, and head over to Banff, which looks like my favourite place on earth. I remember my first YouTube video when I came back, I was talking about Banff, and it looks like absolute paradise. So it'd be nice to head over to Canada again and actually do some exploration this time. So again, looking on Skyscanner, I was gone from London Heathrow, which is cheaper than Gatwick, and it's like an hour closer. So we'd normally go from Heathrow to Vancouver, and not bad flight times, a bloody lot closer than Central America. I know this is direct, but absolute rip off. So 366 quid, only one stop off, 13 hours, nice and easy. So I think this one would be a lot easier to sort. Obviously it's middle of July, so you can't see that. It's 11th of July, so we've got plenty of time to get this one booked, and you can see obviously there's lots of available flights on that one. So Banff is definitely the highlight of the place I want to go. This looks like paradise. As I said earlier, I'm obsessed with hiking and the great outdoors, and this is just top of the list. You've got Lake Louise and Lake Maureen here, and oh my, like, just stunning. Imagine that for your new WhatsApp photo or Instagram photo. Just looks absolutely mind-boggling. It reminds me of, in Italy, the Dolomite Mountains. Never actually got to go when I went to Italy when I was interrailing, but it gives me that sort of vibe. Or New Zealand, you know, New Zealand, when I was there's lots of mountains and beautiful scenery. So you've got Lake Louise and you've got Maureen Lake there. Both look absolutely stunning. And although no one here is in shorts and a t-shirt, because Canada can get a bit colder, hopefully when we're there in July it will be a bit warmer, but that just looks breathtaking. I mean, like, why am I born in Leicester when you've got this? People have this on their doorstep. This is like my Bradgate Park, and they've just got views on mountains and trees, and it looks absolutely stunning. So I'm really looking forward to heading over to Banff. See, I don't know what the hostels or the motels are like. I know Canada, a bit like when we did America, it is a spenny place. It is pretty expensive, so you can get some discount on some flights. You know, maybe there's some deals on some airlines, then that'll obviously save some pennies for when we do this. We will hire a car, and we just split the car fuel and split hiring the car down the middle, so it'll be nice and beautiful scenery throughout. We'll definitely go to somewhere like Toronto. I've not been to Toronto before, but it looks absolutely beautiful. Downtown Toronto, you've got a load of bars and restaurants, and it's a bit more city life compared to obviously Banff or other place that I've been to in Canada, but it would be another cool place to explore, and it looks like a really nice city to head over. You also got Niagara Falls as well in Canada, so we will probably head over there. I know like these day tours are quite expensive, but it'll be worth it. You know, it's something you're not going to see every day or possibly ever again, and it looks really good. You know, if we can get hopefully some cooler deal to do that from whichever Canadian city is nearest. Like, my American knowledge, my geography is amazing. My Canada one, considering I've got family there, is shite. Because all of my family live in Vancouver or Vancouver Island. I had some cousins who lived in Saskatchewan. But apart from that, I couldn't point on the map where Toronto is. You know, I sound really stupid here, but it's just not somewhere that I've explored at the moment. But again, yeah, Niagara Falls is definitely on the list, and I think you can get there quite easily from Toronto. And then, as I said a minute ago, I do have family in Vancouver, so this will be another place which is on the list to go and visit. This will be, again, probably a 2.5 week trip, but because you're only in one country and we'll have a hire car, it should be a bit easier to get from A to B. Yes, it's going to be 8-9 hours driving, like lot of driving, but I did that in New Zealand, we did that in America last time, so we're used to just doing 4 or 5 hours each, just going the distance basically. But Vancouver, again, it looks beautiful, and you've got the mountains in the distance, so if you do have the hire car, you could just disappear to the mountains and go spot some grizzly bears. You know, I've never seen a bear in the wild, which is like top of my bucket list. Now I've seen turtles, jellyfish, like dolphins and stuff when I was in Australia. I'd love to see a grizzly bear from a safe distance. Obviously, I don't fancy my chances against one. I'd shit a brick and climb up a tree, even though they can climb, so I'd be fucked either way. But yeah, Vancouver looks absolutely amazing, so that is definitely another place to go on the list. I remember going to here before, Capilano Suspension Bridge, when I was younger, on Grouse Mountain. And there's actually 2 bears here, but they are in cages. I don't class, like, if I went to the zoo and I saw a bear, it has to be in the wild. It has to be in the wild. I've still not even seen a snake, and I lived in Australia for a year, which is just stupid, isn't it? So I'd like to see a snake as well. But a bear would be definitely top on the list. And yeah, go to Capilano Suspension Bridge again. Looks absolutely sick. But also, yeah, like just look at this scenery. This looks absolutely amazing. So, oh, there's a bear. So yeah, so we've got Central America coming up, and we've got a Canada road trip. So again, I'm going to be vlogging, Instagram, drone footage and everything in Canada as well. So it's going to be an adventure, and hopefully I remember to film lots of it, and it does well on the YouTube channel, so we will see. But those are the two adventures that I've got coming up. I will do in the next video me talking about when I was in Albania, and when I was in Poland, and when I was in Thailand for Christmas last year, because I've not actually done a video of me talking about all of that. So I will do that in another video. Obviously this is already getting on a bit, and I don't want to just be waffling. I say I still need to get these flights booked, but you can see on Skyscanner I've got a rough guide of which ones I want to go for. We're just going to take hand luggage just because it's going to be cheaper, and for Central America and the Canada it's going to be at 30 degrees, so it's just going to be shorts, t-shirts, some hiking shoes, and maybe some long trousers for hiking. But hopefully it's just going to be shorts, t-shirt, tanning up, and no heavy coats, no heavy jeans and stuff like that, because obviously if you travel light, just go to a laundromat halfway through, then you just save money, and it's just easier. If you need to get some flights in between, it's just cheaper and just a lot easier. If you've just got your carry-on with you, you just save money, time, and just a lot of effort really. But those are the two big travel trips that I've got coming up. Leave a comments down below if you've got any travelling plans coming up. I'd like to hear all about your travels, or which countries are you aiming to complete or travel around or visit this time of year. Anything while we're just starting to get warm in the UK, but not quite there. So I think now's the time to, in May, April time, just head over to somewhere that's going to be warm, and then hopefully by the time you come back, it's going to be sun here, which would be nice to see. But you know, it's England, so it's very hit or miss if you will actually get the good weather. Another big country that I'd love to visit, maybe this year, maybe next year, maybe sometime in the future, is definitely Peru, which is South America. You know, you've got so much here, and Hing, the one I'm going to Central and Canada with, he's been here and it looks amazing. You've got Rainbow Mountain here, you've got Machu Picchu, and it just looks stunning. It looks absolutely amazing, and it's definitely a place that I need to be visiting soon, because I'd love to solo travel around there. But I feel like I can only get 2 weeks off work at a time. I feel like somewhere like Peru, you need to do a month, 3-4 weeks to actually explore it all without feeling like you're rushing to complete everything before you have to fly back. But Peru looks absolutely amazing. There's also this, where is it? Is it Lima? No, there's also this city in the middle of the desert, and I'm going to find it, and I can never remember what it's called. But we will find it. City in the middle of the desert. We will find it right now because it looks absolutely stunning. Yeah, this Huachachina. Definitely pronounced that wrong. Sorry, I'm not Spanish. But that looks really cool. Like, you just be out quad biking in the middle of the day, and then you've got your hostel or hotel or whatever down in the middle of here, and you've got like the big lake, and you've got swimming pools and stuff, and I'm like, what? That just doesn't look real. Imagine, I know I'm obsessed with sunsets, but imagine the sunset there would be absolutely breathtaking. It looks a really cool place. And again, yeah, so I've got Peru on the list. It's trying to find A, the money to do all this, B, the holiday, and C, the time to go, yeah, right, I'm just going to disappear to Peru for 3-4 weeks. I mean, it was different when I was unemployed and I was just travelling, but now I need to sort of factor in other things. It's a bit harder to plan, but Peru is on the list as well, so I will be getting a trip out there sometime in the future. But yeah, for now we've got Central America, doing Guatemala, Belize and Mexico, and then a Canada road trip in July time. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please click that like button, that'd be very much appreciated, and click that subscribe button. I say I've got quite a few travel videos on the channel since I did rebrand it, and I've got a few YouTube shorts here and there, and I'll keep you guys updated with plans or what's happening in my travel life. But thanks for watching.